so I only got one question. Somebody emailed me trying to shoot their shot. Please don't do that. Like, I'm a professional. Email me if you have some advice, and I will get back to you on that. But don't email me trying to shoot your shot. Like, what? But I got one anonymous question, and I'll put a screenshot of what they asked on the screen because I record my videos on my phone for right now. But I will put a screenshot of what they asked on the screen. But yeah, they basically wanted to know about if I personally have experienced spiritual warfare, if I have lost, fake friends, have I had to remove people from around me, and all that. And if you watch any of my videos, you already know the answer to that is yes. I talk about that probably almost every video, that I've had to remove so many people from my life. Pretty much everyone around me was a karmic, they were an op, they were an enemy, whatever you want to call it. So unfortunately for me, I did have to remove pretty much every single person that I grew up with, every single person that I knew. It's an unfortunate thing to go through, but it's a part of life. But this is how I deal with it. I talk about alchemy and transmutation. When somebody is sending me energy, not to just give, let me see, how do I say this without giving too much away? I'll say it like this. When somebody sends me negative energy, I can feel that, okay? I feel the energy, and because I am aware that energy is being sent to me, and I spoke on this in my last video. What was it called? I don't remember what it was called, but just watch my most recent video. I touched on it more. I can feel that energy, and I understand when energy is mine, and I will understand when it's somebody else's. So I'm gonna give you the things I do to defeat spiritual warfare. First of all, I stay prayed up. I always pray. I always keep a relationship with God. I keep God close to me. I may not be a Bible thumper like some of y'all, but me and God are locked in like this. God and me have a great relationship outside of me going to church, outside of me reading my Bible every single night. Me and God have a great relationship. So I stay prayed up. I keep God in my life. I'm praying. I pray to God, and I talk to God all day, every day. I'm constantly talking to God. I'm constantly, because that is how you keep your relationship open with him. That is how you keep your connection with him. Don't go to him when you're doing good. Don't go to him when you're doing bad. Go to God every single day. Just speak out loud to him if you can. If you can't do that, mumble to yourself or nod your head, close your eyes, get on your knees, however you want to speak to God. There is no right way to do it. You can even write a letter to God. He's going to see it. Speak to God. Keep God in your life every day. I ask God for signs. I ask God to send me certain dreams. I ask God to reveal my enemies. I ask God to, if I'm feeling like I can't go on, God, please just, you take it, all my problems, I'm going to give them to you because I can't deal with it right now. Whatever you need to say. If you don't know how to pray, I say there is no right way to pray. Like, there's no right way to pray. You don't have to get on your knees. You don't have to go to a temple. You don't even have to close your eyes. Like, however you feel like you want to pray, God does not care how you pray. He's not going to say, oh, this person prays better than the next one. No, that's not how that works. You don't have to do all that. Like I said, you can write a letter to God. You can speak to God out loud. I could be sitting in the kitchen cooking. I'm talking to God. That is my form of prayer. So if you're somebody who doesn't know how to pray, or you don't really have that connection with God, I would just suggest that you start by, before you go to bed. That's always the best time to pray for me. Before I go to bed and first thing in the morning, I pray. So you could just say, God, if you're somebody who doesn't have a relationship with God, I would say, like, how would I do it? I would probably be like, God, I know you know me and I don't know you, but I want to come to you and ask for your guidance. I ask that you set me on the right path. I ask that you take my burdens away from me. I ask that you reveal the things to me that I need to know. I ask that you reveal to me the path I need to go on. Whatever it is that you need in that moment, ask God for it. And I promise you, I feel like, especially for somebody who hasn't had a relationship with God before, I feel like he's going to show up in your life immediately. Immediately, he's going to come through for you. I promise you that. So pray. Second thing that I do is I meditate. When you meditate, you are becoming one with yourself. You are understanding who you are. You're understanding your power. You increase your spiritual gifts. You increase your discernment by meditating. You increase your intuition by meditating. Definitely keep meditation in your life because, like I've said in previous videos, it is not only good for your mental health, it's good for your spirituality. It's good for your relationship with God because you can hear Him clearer because you're releasing anxiety, you're releasing depression, you're releasing any chakra blocks that you're experiencing. Meditate, okay? I don't meditate as much as I should. Honestly, I need to be meditating every day, but that's not always realistic. Like, even me saying that is kind of an excuse because I can make time for meditation just like I make time for prayer. But if you or somebody really try to meditate 10 minutes a day, look in the description box. Every single video I have my favorite meditations, and there's my favorite one. It's only 10 minutes and it's how I align my chakras. I love that meditation. If you don't really know how to, because meditation is not easy. I say this all the time. It is difficult, especially for somebody who suffers from anxiety or intrusive thoughts. It's difficult, but it takes practice. Like, it took me, I've been meditating for almost 2 years and I'm still not an expert at it. So understand it takes practice, but once you do it, it feels so good. Also in the description, I always put sound bath music. I'm somebody who does experience anxiety on a very high scale. So sound bath music, the sound bowl music, that has really helped me just listening to that. I listen to that when I write. I listen to that when I'm taking a shower, taking a bath, when I'm cooking, whenever I feel the need to do it. I listen to it while I'm sleeping. Sound bath music is amazing for anxiety. So I definitely suggest that. Anxiety is a low vibrational state to be in, and when you are at a low vibration, you are making yourself more open to experience psychic attacks and spiritual warfare. So praying, meditation, what else do I do? So the person also asked me about removing people from your life. That having people in your life who are not aligned with your values or are obviously trying to hinder you in some type of way, that is a form of spiritual warfare in itself. So that's an easy way to eliminate spiritual warfare. Remove the snakes, cut the grass, remove the snakes out of your life. Remove all the people out of your life who make you feel bad, who talk down on you, who belittle you, disrespect you, or try to stop you from moving on to the path that you need to move on. Remove them. That is a big step that you can do that can help God step into your life and protect you more, and also for you to protect yourself. Remove people from your life who are trying to, who just don't mean well. Like, you got to get to the point, especially as adults, just take the time of by yourself, sit and think about the people in your life. Like, really sit and think. Is this person a good person, or is this somebody I grew up with? Is this person a good person, or is this somebody who's always belittling me? Is this a good person, or is this somebody who's always stealing my ideas, my identity? Like, you got to really sit and think about the people in your life. That's all you got to do. But it's like when you're going through your day-to-day motions and you've been around these people for years, you kind of make excuses for them and you don't see them for who they are. That's why sometimes with what happened to me, I refused to see people for who they were. So God forced me to be alone. He forced me into hermit mode, and God will do that. If you are chosen, you have a high call in your life, God will only give you so much time to remove people. He's only going to give you so much time to do what you're supposed to do because He has things for you to do. There's a whole world out here that you need to see. It's blessings He's trying to give you. So He doesn't always have time to sit around and wait for you to figure it out. Sometimes that's how you know your calling is great. If God just clears house for you, you may not have even asked Him to do that. He just cleared house for you. Oh yeah, you got shit to do, baby girl. You got stuff that you need to do. So that to me is like a big sign. So do yourself a favor, because if God does it for you, it's going to be way harder than if you do it yourself, because God does things with no warning, or He is warning you but you're not paying attention. So I would suggest, definitely, if you haven't already, I always say this, remove the people from your life who do not mean you any good. I'm not saying you got to cut off everybody. Like me, my situation is different, But you need to remove the people from your life who you know do not mean you any good. It's as simple as that. I cannot stress that enough. So that is a form of spiritual warfare, and that is a way that you can protect yourself from that. Because I know for me, I had people around me who were manipulating me. Like I talked about that practical magic. You think these people around you don't know how to do stuff? You're crazy. Everybody got a phone. Everybody got access to Google, right? All it takes is a Google search to figure out how to do some bullshit to somebody. All it takes, and that is really where they get themselves messed up at, because they don't know what they're doing. They don't know who they're doing it to. They just out here doing stuff. But everybody has a phone. Everybody has Google. So stop thinking that you know people because you grew up with them, because you do not. You do not know that person. You do not know what they really on. You cannot read minds. So stop thinking you know somebody. Pay attention. Actions speak louder than words. Pay attention. And if you are so unsure, if you got somebody around you that's so manipulative that you cannot tell, pray. I promise you, if you pray and say, God, reveal my enemies to me. God, can you send me a dream? Can you show me a sign? Send me a signal. Send me the bat signal guide. Who is it? Who is the op? Reveal them. That's what I do. That's how I talk to God, okay? So you may not respect that or understand that, but God made me in his image. Who you see right now, I'm a reflection of God. He made me this way. So that's how I talk to him. So you don't think you got to be all, God, you don't have to do all that. Just talk to God like he is a regular person. That's what I do. I'm not saying use curse words. I know sometimes we slip up, but I'm saying like chop it up with him, like cuss, like, you know what I'm trying to say. But don't think you gotta just be all perfect when you talk to God. I'm not perfect at all, and I talk to God the way I would talk to a friend. So that is, or you're a father figure, however you want to say it. Just talk to God normally. Ask him. He will reveal it to you. For me, I had people around me who were manipulative with their words. There are people who have the power to manipulate people with their words. So I would have people say things to me, and it's like they're putting demons in my ear. Like they're saying things a certain way and with a certain intention, which caused me to be in a state of, I was in a state of just confusion. So as soon as I removed those people from my life, I was no longer confused. What do you know? So you was the problem. So that's what I do. That's an easy way to understand who people are in your life. Just remove everybody. See how you feel. Pay attention to your feelings. Get in touch with your emotions and meditate. How do you feel about cutting this person off? Do you feel better? Do you feel lighter? Do you feel anxious? If you are anxious, why are you anxious? That is shadow work. Go read my blog post about shadow work. I gave 7 tips on how to heal through shadow work. How do you feel about it? Why do you feel this way? You have to talk to yourself, meditate on your emotions and your feelings. Don't just let the feelings come up and just like, oh, I'm gonna go drink, I'm gonna go have sex, I'm gonna go smoke some weed, and my feelings are gone. No, that's temporary, and they're gonna come back, and you're like, why did this keep coming back? Oh, let me hit the blunt. I feel better again. No, you're just repeating a cycle, and I've been through that. I have been through that. Don't do that. That's not helping you, and it's not gonna stop the feelings from coming up. That's only putting a band-aid over it. That's only a temporary. It's gonna come back, okay? It's gonna come back. So instead of saying, I'm gonna go to drugs, alcohol, and sex every single time that I'm feeling low or I'm going through these emotions that I don't want to deal with it, deal with your emotions so they stop coming up, okay? Just deal with them. You cannot stop these emotions from coming up. There's trauma stored in your body, and it needs to come out. It needs to come out of you. So it's gonna come out in certain ways. If you keep on putting things over it, you're only gonna make it worse until you flip. And people, they don't teach you that in school. They don't teach you like to deal with your emotions and process your emotions and ask yourself questions. Like really talk to yourself, learn yourself, become friends with your dark side, become friends with your depression, become friends with your anxiety, become friends with your OCD and your PTSD. Like become friends with that, because you need to understand why you feel like that. You need to understand what you're going through and what you're experiencing. And if you don't do it, then it's gonna keep on getting worse, and you're gonna have military dad disease. No offense, my therapist told me that once. My therapist told me that once, that if I kept on suppressing my trauma, I was gonna have military dad disease, where I don't know what the hell is wrong with me. I'm just blowing up on everybody and I'm beating everybody up and all that other stuff. Like, you don't wanna do that, because you're gonna end up hurting somebody who did not deserve to get hurt. And that's not fair. So you as an adult, you need to say, okay, I'm gonna deal with my emotions because I'm a grown man, I'm a grown woman. Yes, what I've experienced may not be my fault, but it's my fault if I don't fix it. So I'm going to love myself enough to fix it. So I don't have to use drugs and alcohol and sex to cover things up. And I'm not saying you cannot indulge in those things, but if you are somebody who's going through trauma and experiencing trauma, take the time to heal. That way you can say, wait, I didn't really need alcohol. Or wait, I don't need alcohol every day. I could just have a drink on a Friday night or when I'm going out. Or I don't really need weed. Just, or, you know, if you're in a relationship with somebody, I'm on my celibacy journey, but if you are in a relationship with somebody, you're married or whatever, or even if you're single, you can, when you start to heal, you're like, sex is not as important as I thought it was. I can go 3, 6 months, 8 months, a year, and I won't have sex with anybody. So that's why it's important to heal, because you don't even know why you're doing this. You're just doing it because you think that's gonna help you, and it's not. It's really not. Like, take it from me. I stopped smoking weed. I went on my celibacy journey. I don't drink alcohol anymore. Like, I did that because I healed. So I told God, okay, I want this, 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 and this. And God was like, okay, well, get rid of all of these things. I'll give it to you. So that's kind of how you got to go with it. Understand that the entire world is going through spiritual warfare right now. Like, it's good versus evil. And I will just go ahead and tell you that the good side is winning. Evil is losing terribly. They're losing terribly. Okay? And it's one of those situations where, you know, the light side, we may not have won those battles. We lost a lot of battles, but we are winning the war, and we are going to win the war because that's what is destined to happen. It's destined for the light to win. So understand the whole world is experiencing spiritual warfare right now. Like, I could really get deep into it if I wanted to, but I don't want to make this video too long. But everybody is experiencing it. And this year specifically, isn't it the age of Aquarius now? I think it's the age of Aquarius. So this year specifically, there's going to be another mass spiritual awakening. And there's going to be a lot of people who are going to go through those dark night of the souls. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know, man, no joke. It's a lot of people who are having revelations. They are having those dark night of the souls. They're going through hermit mode. They're losing people, like literally, like through death. I'm so sorry if that happened to you. Losing friendships, getting divorces. There's a lot of people who are their life is changing right before their eyes, and a lot of people don't know how to handle that. Like, I know for you, the viewer, I know you can attest to a time where you were experiencing a spiritual awakening, because you go through more than one, where you didn't know what was going on. Like, my first spiritual awakening was not that bad. Like, my first one was pretty good. Like, I was like, oh, I like this. This is fun, and I'm learning myself. I'm getting closer to God, and okay, yeah. My second and third, oh my God, that one had hands. So everyone's situation is different, but there's a lot of people in the world, and it may be people that you grew up with even, who are going through this. And basically what's happening is, you are going to either, these people, including yourself, you're going to choose to go with the light or the dark. That's your only options, unless you're in the gray and you're an NPC, because you're you know, you don't even have a thought in your brain, so you're probably not even watching this video. But you're choosing between light and dark. That is the state of the world, good and evil. You're either choosing to evolve or descend. That is it. So that's what's happening to people, and they're basically going to go through the same things we went through, but when we've already had all of our spiritual awakenings and we chose our path and we survived it. Hand clap to you. Give yourself a pat on the back. If you just came through a dark night of the soul, if you just came through another spiritual awakening, whatever you just went through, give yourself a pat on the back. Treat yourself to something nice, because that is not easy. And if you made it through that, you are him. You are that girl. You are so amazing. You are powerful and you are strong, because that is not easy. Understand, some people don't make it. Some people don't make it through that. And it's hard. So it's like, if you see somebody don't make it, don't judge them, but maybe just don't have them around you. Maybe you can't have them in your circle. Just send them love from afar, because that's not an easy thing to go through. but when you make it through it, you feel so good. It's so worth it. So if you are going through that right now, please keep going. Let this be your sign to keep going. It's almost over. Just keep going. Just keep focusing, keep praying, keep meditating, keep on writing, doing your shadow work. Keep on, doing what you can. Get some sun, like do what you can to try to lift your spirits, keep your spiritual protection up, because we're moving into a time where not only will it be easier, because I would say for me, it's easier to fight off spiritual warfare than it was for me in the past. It's easier for me to fight off when people try to do practical magic and witchcraft on me, because now it doesn't touch me because I'm too aware, I'm too evolved, I'm vibrating too high. And because I'm vibrating so high now, these lower level entities, these lower level energies are not even capable of reaching me because I'm vibrating so high. So how you combat spiritual warfare is you continue to evolve, you continue to heal, you continue on the path of enlightenment. Because when you're vibrating high enough, they can't get to you. They can only get to you when you're under the influence. They can only get to you when you're depressed. They can only get to you when you're around other lower level energies that may be your friends and family. They can only get to you there. So if you're wondering why you're going through something right now, take a look around you. What are you doing? Are you drinking excessively? Are you doing drugs? Are you, having meaningless sex? Are you around people who do these things? If you want to get out of that situation, if you want to pull yourself out of this depression, this anxiety, whatever it is that you're going through, you need to make some changes. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results is, I want to say it's insane, but I don't want to be mean, but it's not logical to do that. If you want change, you need to do something different. You can't do the things you're doing and then question God and get upset with God and the universe and say, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why are you drinking so much? Why are you doing drugs? Why are you doing this? And I understand, there's people who have addictions, but understand me when I say that is not going to change until you change. You have to do that. People say you can't get addicted to weed. Yes, you can. I used to have a weed addiction, and I knew I had a weed addiction because when I no longer had access to that weed, my body shut down, and I was angry and anxious and going through all these emotions. And it wasn't until I chose to stop smoking weed that it got easier for me to stop smoking weed. I chose to. I said, I'm going to stop because I want to heal my mind. I want to heal my body. I want to think straight. I don't want to be tired all the time. I don't want to be lazy anymore. So I chose to stop doing it. And when I chose to stop doing it, I went like 3 days and I was like, I don't need this. I love how I feel sober. I love being sober. I love this feeling. And so much time went on, I didn't need it anymore. I don't think about it anymore. Just know that you can have it. You can be addicted to weed. People have alcohol abuse problems, but you have to change that. You have to decide, I'm going to change that. I'm going to replace the alcohol with something else. I'm going to replace the weed with something else. And understand, for me, it wasn't easy for me to just quit like that. It took me times, it was trials for me. Okay, I'm gonna stop doing it for a couple days. Okay, I did it again. All right, I'm gonna stop doing it for 5 days. Okay, I did it again. I kept going through trials until I was like, I'm tired of how it's making me feel. So sometimes God will, somebody used this analogy before. If you've seen Matilda, when the boy was eating that chocolate cake, he stole the chocolate cake or something, and the Miss Trunchable forced him to eat the whole thing. God will do that to you sometimes. He's gonna keep forcing you on. He's gonna keep giving it to you over and over again until you get sick of it. And that's kind of what happened to me. So you have to be willing to change. Nothing is gonna change in your life until you do. That is how you quantum jump. And I'm gonna do a separate video about that. That's how you quantum jump. That's how you step into a new reality. That's how you step into a new portal. That's how you step into a new life. I'm getting rid of these things from my south node. I'm getting rid of these things from my past because I'm experiencing spiritual warfare. and it's beating my ass right now because I'm doing things that are keeping me at a low vibration. So if I want to be a alchemist, if I want to be somebody who can transmute negative energy into light energy for my highest good, I have to be at a high vibration to do so. You're not going to be at a high vibration to do so if you are around negative energies and if you are consuming low vibrational things or participating in low vibrational activity. You get what I'm saying? So yes, it's not easy, but at some point as an adult, you're just making excuses. And I'm saying that because I saw for myself, I was making excuses. You either want it or you don't. You either want a better life or you don't. I want it, okay? I wanted it so bad, and I showed God how much I wanted it. I wanted it more than anybody else around me, to the point where I'm not hustling just for money. I'm trying to heal. I'm trying to raise my vibration, because when I went through my spiritual awakening, I understood, because, you know, growing up for me, I talk about I was a girl boss. I was a girl boss before it was trendy. I've been hustling for my entire life. It was money, 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 money. I prided myself on that. But I was still participating in lower vibrational activities. So it was like, God was like, okay, well, I'm going to take all your money. Look at yourself. Look at you now. What are you now? And then when I raised my vibration, I went on my spiritual awakening, I understood my value is not in my money. My value is in myself. So if I want to attract everything that I want, I have to raise my vibration. And God may do that to you, or God may have done this to you. But you have to understand it's for a reason. You're going through this for a reason. It feels like everything's caving down around you. It feels like you're losing everybody. You're losing your business. You're losing your money. You're losing your family. You're losing your friends. You may have lost your dog. You may have lost your car. You may have lost your house. But you got to understand, all of these things are going to be replaced with better. You're going to get a better house. You're going to get a better car. You're going to get better friends. You're going to have better soul family. You're going to have better around you. But God needs to remove all of this stuff first before he can bring that in. You cannot force the people in your life to upgrade. So if you have friends around you that you want to take with you because you've been around your whole life, if they are not upgrading, but you are trying to, you have to get rid of them, because you cannot force somebody to upgrade. God is trying to upgrade you. You cannot force people to upgrade. So if you have a vision for the type of wife, husband, best friend, whatever it is that you have, you cannot physically upgrade that thing, okay? You cannot physically make your friends more elevated. You cannot physically make your significant other more elevated. Well, if they're your person, if it's, you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say. If they're your person, y'all are meant to be together, and you see this person elevating, yes, okay, elevate together, start together. But if you see this person is not, you don't even want them. You don't want them. You're just used to them. You're scared of the new. You're scared of having something new. You just want the familiar because it feels comfortable and feels safe. You're not going to get to the life that you want staying in your comfort zone. That goes for anything. You cannot force this person to be who you want them to be. Let them go. You cannot do that. Only thing you can do is elevate yourself. And guess what? God is going to slide through with the upgrade. Or God is trying to give you the upgrade right now, but you're still holding on. He's not going to give you that. He's not going to give you the person that you want if you're still holding on to this old person. It's not going to happen. Who do you think you are? It's not going to happen. He's not going to give you the wealth and the abundance that you want if you're drinking excessively and you're having meaningless sex and you're doing drugs. He's not going to do it. Who do you think you are? You have to understand, during this season of going through spiritual warfare, there's things that you're going to have to do. You can't just lay down and die. You have to get up. You have to keep going. You have to keep moving. So in my experience, I understood that the reason, like, I thought I was big shit when I moved into it was my goal. I moved into my home. I had made all this money. Yay. God was like, oh, okay. You forgot about me though. God said you forgot about me. So he made me remember him. And I'm glad that he did that, because not only am I more enlightened, my vibration is higher, I have better. And I don't feel like I need more. And it's not saying I don't want to grow. It's just I'm grateful for where I am. I can't even ask for more because I'm high off life. I don't need to get high off weed because I'm high off life. I feel high right now. That may sound crazy, but some of y'all are going to feel me when I say that. Of being high off life and feeling you don't really need more. You're open and receptive to more, but you're not trying to get it, is basically what I mean. So just understand, you have to make changes. Okay, I'm sorry. Y'all know I get off topic. But my basis of what I'm saying is, I have experienced spiritual warfare, and the entire world is going through spiritual warfare, and only the strong survive. So if you want to make sure you survive this, you have to make some changes. You have to get rid of people who are low vibrational and negative. And if that is happening to you now, where you're saying, oh, well, Sydney, I've already lost all these people. I've already lost everything. Good. You have a clean slate now. So what are you going to do with it? You have a blank canvas. What are you going to do with it? What reality do you want to step in? What do you want to do now? That sounds like freedom to me. You don't have anything holding you back. Only thing you can do is just create the life you want now. What are you going to do? How are you going to create the life that you want? I understood who I wanted to be. I understood what my gifts were. I said, okay, God, I'm going to do this. Do it. You have a clean blank canvas. What do you want? What type of partner do you want? What type of family do you want? What type of business do you want? What type of car do you want? What type of house do you want? Decide that, and then make the changes, the steps that you need to, and focus on that, because you can't stop spiritual warfare. You can't stop that from happening. But what you can do, you can continue to elevate your mind and yourself so that shit can't touch you. That can't touch me. I cannot be touched by spiritual warfare. I cannot be touched by witchcraft. I just said that. I just affirmed that. So because I said that, that's what it is. I don't care if you think otherwise. I don't care if you think that you are God, or you are powerful, or you are a kitchen witch where you can do some type of voodoo beauty, whatever y'all be doing. I said that I can't be touched by it. I said I cannot be touched by witchcraft. I said I cannot be touched by lower negative entities. I said that. What about it? That's how you need to affirm to yourself. Yeah, it's stuff going on, but it can't touch me. It's gonna bounce off me. And if I choose to use your negative energy, guess what I'm gonna do with it? I'm gonna transmute it into power and energy and light energy and good energy for me, into blessings for me and abundance for me. I only accept negative energy if I allow it. Like, envision your auric field. You're sitting here, you can see the negative energy coming. You see the positive energy coming. It comes in because you have set your auric field where you're open and receptive to positivity, because you just said that, right? I'm open and receptive to positivity. I'm open and receptive to positive energy. And you see it, okay, come on in, come on in. Come on in, you're welcome, you're welcome. You see the negative energy. Negative energy is not allowed in your auric field. So you see it, it's like, bounce off. You can go. Or you see it, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use what you just did. And using that may be, sorry, my daughter just woke up from her nap, so I'm about to wrap this up. But you see that negative energy, you're like, all right, I'm gonna use that. And using that may be crying, it may be screaming, it may be throwing a fit, because that is negative energy, right? But what did I say in my last couple videos? When you get that energy, and when you're done crying, when you're done screaming, what do? You say those positive affirmations to yourself. You go meditate. You go stand outside in nature. Whatever it is that you need to do, I'm changing that energy. Go write. Go, like, usually not for me when I'm done crying, or if I'm deciding I was using somebody's negative intent that they sent to me. Use your negative intent, and I use it for me. Sometimes when I'm done crying, I get like this burst of creativity. So I might go write a blog post, or I might go make some merch, or I might go do whatever. I might just be in a positive, happy mood. I feel good because I just use your energy. I set my intentions. I'm using this negative energy for positive energy for myself and my highest and best good. And now I'm vibing. I just raised my vibration. I'm feeling good. I got money coming in. We're good over here. So just think of it that way, okay? Think of it that way. You have an auric field. It can be whatever color you want it to be. Usually mine is either light or blue or gold. Think of the positive energies coming to you. I'm open and receptive. Negative energies, no. Oh, I like that one. I'm gonna use that one. Work through it. Alchemize it. Transmute it. Power. Just make sure while you're going through this spiritual warfare that we are all going through, what are you doing? Because if you are participating in low vibrational activities constantly, if you are having meaningless sex, if you are doing drugs and drinking alcohol excessively, because I didn't say you couldn't do it, but you have to be aware of what it's doing to your body. If you are not aware, then you are leaving yourself wide open for destruction and darkness. If you are doing those things during this season and you are not up on your spiritual protection, you are doing yourself a disservice. So I would suggest you stop doing it completely. Remove the people out of your life who are not meant to be in it. If they're meant to be in your life, they'll be back. They'll understand. They're probably gonna go through their own spiritual awakening if they make it, and they'll come back and thank you and respect you more. Stop doing all of this stuff that you're doing that you know is not serving you. Put that shit down and work on yourself and heal. So you are so powerful, this spiritual warfare can't even touch you. It can't even touch you. It's not even worthy of being in your energy. The negative energy, it's not even worthy of being in your energy unless you allow it to be in your energy. The witchcraft that they're trying to do is so beneath you, you don't even see it. It's not worthy of you. It's not even in your view because you're elevated too high. You're up too high. Ugh, the look of disgust. I'm just thinking about people who do things like that. Like, you should be disgusted with yourself for trying to attack an innocent person and trying to send negativity to an innocent person. But like I said, the light is winning this time. We are winning the war. And a lot of these people out here who thought they were winning because the devil blessed them last season are losing as we speak. So don't worry about them. Don't worry about it. Worry about yourself. Keep evolving, keep elevating, keep going higher because you're going to be blessed for it. And like I said, if negative energy is not even worthy enough to be in your space, in your vicinity. So don't allow it.